talk to you, of course, in 2021. One more reason why aviation stock or Interglobe in particular could be getting a bit excited is because the Minister of Aviation, Hardeep Puri, will be addressing media soon on civil aviation issues. So the market could be getting a bit excited ahead of that as well. Sushil Kedia is now joining us, founder of Kedianomics. Sushil, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. So, any reason to change your bearish stance after the kind of move that we have seen, or do you think this is one of those sort of markets where you want to stick to your guns?
Anuj, let me address the second part first. I do not exist while doing my analysis or doing my trading. I'll follow certain rules. So it's not about sticking out to my guns. Now, in terms of the bearish stance that existed, we mentioned to you last Tuesday that should any time during the last week 13,700 be taken out on the upside, the attitude to keep seeking short signals, we will postpone. We will not get into seeking long signals. So after that event has happened, I did an unbiased analysis from the systems we follow, the methods we follow, and I'm unable to find any ways to convince myself that I should be getting into seeking long signals. So if either it means we will get bored for a few days, few hours, but the approach is to still go and look for short signals when they come. Now this massive run and new high. So not to push my own guns, but to stick to a philosophy. Every bear market in this world, in every market of the world, has started from some new high. In last 200 years, too many new highs have come. So the new high in price has to be, for my methods, be followed up with a new high in momentum. And that is seriously lacking. And I wish I could show the charts the way we used to do with you before the lockdown, and maybe I'll record some videos and send to your online editor. We are clearly seeing that we are in the last phase of this massive run from March to now. So it's a matter of time, few hours, few days, whatever, that again another sell signal comes. Market will keep on luring in. See, psychologically, the best trades happen in when they appear to be the toughest. So at 7,500, there was no justification to buy, and right now there's no justification to sell. And one more thing quickly, Anuj. In 30 years of my experiments with market and continuing to learn, I've seen every time extremas of market come, both in bottom formation or top formation, the technicians get compelled to start talking fundamentals like valuations are high, blah, blah. And the people who are supposed to be, betting based on fundamentals, they'll start justifying momentum which does not exist, or they'll start justifying liquidity. So exasperation, not just frustration. I think markets are exasperated, both bulls and bears. So I don't want to rush into changing a stance until I find strong evidence.
Okay, the bulls are definitely enjoying themselves. I mean, this market is just short of 14,000 now. So there was a lot of money to be made this year for sure. Sushil, hi, afternoon.
Hi.
If you had to give us, of course, you told us your overall stance on the market. We know that.
Yeah.
But stock-wise, if you had to give us some cues, for the very near term, do you see any great bullish signs in individual stocks? If yes, which ones would they be?
No, I'm not able to find any comforting, convincing signals to grab long trades of any sustainable variety. And Sonia, this whole idea that the bulls are enjoying themselves, that harakiri of 500 points in 2 hours that came last Monday, so that, I have been an unabashed, shameless bull for a good time through this rally. Last 2,000 points, I'm very cautious. So, I would like to paraphrase and put it this way. Our stance right now is, and the attitude right now is, Sherwani pehne mile nahi mile, ghodi ki laat nahi khani hai. Those 500 point fall in 1 hour, I don't think any bull was, was remaining unrattled. So to eulogize, to become a forecaster is easy. Anybody can do it. But to withstand the pain and pressure of this kind of violence inside markets, and I don't have the jigra or, so to say, the courage now to get people to, withstand those 500 kind of falls, which again can come anytime next week. So if you were to do any sort of a rapid fire with me, I really don't think there are any sustainable, sensible, long signs. Say Axis Bank may go up 3-4% more. That's the laggard amongst the private banks. But all other private banks are ready to fall like anything, including ICICI and SBI. If I go to the auto index, it's made a lower top right now already because of Maruti. So if Tata Motors has come to make a double top, so while we were bullish from 60, added more to the bullishness at 120, got tired at 180. Now we are looking for a clear-cut short sell signal on Tata Motors, which can arrive today towards the close or by tomorrow. So, autos are done. So except for a few handful of pharma stocks that we were long on, we still haven't found an unwind signal on them. And as that comes, we'll get out of those. So, Reliance makes a random jump of 100 rupees, which is an untradeable, difficult noise. That chart is unpredictable right now. So I cannot rule that out. But quality signals for trading on the long side, I scanned all the F&O stocks this morning. At least, from my methods, I failed to find them.
Okay, well, aviation minister is saying that there could be some extension of the temporary suspension of flights from UK, but not, I think the next line was also there, not a long suspension. So that's the update that we have. Sushil, you said that you won't be seeking long ideas for now on the market, but at least in the pockets of markets, where would the long ideas be if you are looking at any?
See, Anuj, I have got some residual long positions left in Dr. Reddy's Sun Pharma and some smaller pharma names. But except that, we've got one by one our exits in various things, and I'm not able to find signals on them, so I'll not push it. So while we enjoyed our ride on the auto stocks and we are very bullish on Maruti over a long term, but say if it slips down by another 600-700 rupees, I don't want to adventure right now. So my methods, or whichever you call it, we fail to right now support a bullish thesis to keep on every day celebrating this new high. It's time to be seriously cautious.
Okay, so when you say that, this market could be under a bit of pressure as we move along, are you looking at those sharp falls once again? I mean, that 500 point slide that you spoke about, which people, may not have the bandwidth for. Do you think we could see many of that in the month of January? Or are you foreseeing other charts showing you that it could be a slow grind downwards?
No, Sonia, the fear is, and I hope it is uncalled for, but I'm not able to dismiss it with all impartial analysis. See, when volatility gets bunched and it gets kept suppressed for too long, there's a square root of time rule that, 256 trading days volatility is going to be only 16 times the one-day volatility. So markets really catch up in a crash, usually, when they keep on grinding slowly upwards. So maybe, I've lost my innocence being 30 years in this market, and I cannot keep on having that unbridled sense of euphoria to participate in this madness, because I do not have a method to handle this madness. So I prefer to be out. And my fear is we may see very sharp declines, though don't treat it as a forecast. So the kind of risk I notice is too high. And that's why, when I see in my pattern analysis, we are in the last and final phase, whatsoever few number of days this market may lure us. So I'm not going to be looking for long signals. If they come, I'll have to join them. But I'm waiting for, a large number of stocks to trigger a short signal anytime.
Sushil, you were among the first to turn bullish on PSU banks. I remember your call on Canara Bank at 90. It's now moved to 127. Is the move getting done here, or you think this could be a bit of a bigger move here?
No, I'm not able to find, Anuj, a way to justify right away a new purchases on even the PSU banks for a sustained big move. See, few percentages of push and pull, like a Punjab National Bank with their QIP, whatever very sharp cut it had, some trading games, it can rebound back by 6, 7, 8%. But broadly as a basket, the PSU banks, the kind of bullishness that you heard from us 4 or 5 months ago, my advice to my clients has been, God has been more than kind. In a most difficult year without any justification or stories, broadly speaking, PSU banks have doubled, and technical signals exist now to take the money off the table. So the same advice we'll give to the public through you.
Okay, Sushil, wish you a very happy new year in advance. Thank you so much for being with us through the course of this year. Thanks a lot, and we hope your relationship with us continues through the course of the new year and the new decade as well. Thanks for joining us on CNBC TV 18. Well, that's the word coming in from the technical experts, saying that now is the time to get a bit cautious on the market. But well, the bulls are not paying any heed to that advice. The uptrend continues. Let's take a quick break on that note. When we come back, we'll have our two favorite segments, D Street Chatter. Nimesh will tell you all the stocks to watch, and we will also have some BTS recalls in the last 15-20 minutes of trade. Stay with us.